Hi, my name is Alton, and welcome to another episode of Goalpost Gossip, the podcast where football meets banter. Well, today we're gonna start our podcast by talking about my favorite league, which is the Premier League, of course. And we will be talking about Liverpool. We start off by talking about Liverpool. Liverpool, as great Jamaican proverb would say, them get away by the skin of their teeth. And this keep proving my point that Liverpool is not all that. Yeah, Liverpool is not all that. I surely think that Burnley deserve to get a point. They deserve a point from that game. Burnley's system was really good. They played to their system, and it was heartbroken to see that Burnley lost the game at the end. And it's not a coincidence. The guy name is Hannibal, and he do hand the ball. Is this a setup? I think it's a setup. I want to know how much money Hannibal get paid to hand the ball in the 94th minute of the game, bro. Like, the ball wasn't even that close to you. I mean, you pushed your hand into the ball. It's not like the ball was coming at you where you use your hand to block the ball. You literally pushed your hand into the ball. Mr. Hannibal, why you hand the ball? See, if I was your coach, 10-game suspension for costing us. 10-game suspension, man. You deserve it, Mr. Hannibal. So Liverpool get away by the skin of their teeth. But they won, and a win is a win. They would say that a ugly win is better than a pretty loss. Right? But I am still not impressed by Liverpool, and I don't see Liverpool as the Premier League champions this season. On to more Premier League news. Manchester is blue, as it has been for years. Manchester United got trashed by Man City. Haaland scored twice. I mean, what do you expect? Yeah, I always expect a great game between Manchester United and Manchester City anyway. Manchester United, they always show up when they play against City for some reason. But, you know, they've been beaten years on top of years now. Every now and then they will come up with a victory against Man City. But Man City being the dominant one of the city for the past maybe about 10 seasons or something like that. So, yeah. All my friends who bleed red, I mean, yeah, but nah. And speaking of Manchester United, like, the system is the problem. You think it's time for the coach to go? I don't think so. I think he needs to stay. That's a very good coach, and he's the best fit for Manchester United. He needs to stay. But then, look how all the Manchester United players who leave are flourishing. It makes you think that it may not be the coach the problem, it may be the system. But let the coach stay, let the H&M modeler stay, you know? He bring that flair to the team. Let him stay, man. Don't ever fire that coach, let him stay. Look at Onana. Onana get man of the match in his debut game. Onana put down a show, man. He put on a show. So many saves, flying saves, diving save, kicking save. Onana was on fire. And we have never seen the performance from Onana at Manchester United. I think he was still their best player, but something was holding Onana back. No, Onana is flying. He is flying. Flying. Look at Rashford in Barcelona. He's cooking. You know? Garnacho came to Chelsea. He came on. I was going to talk about Chelsea, but yeah, Garnacho came on, and I think he did good for a little bit. And then, you know, that mistake that he made, that cost us 2 points, you know, but it's his first game. So let him be, I would say, because I really like Garnacho. I like Garnacho, and I think he's going to shine at Chelsea. I think he's really going to shine. He's a brilliant talent. He's young. I think he's going to shine at Chelsea. So, yeah, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Chelsea will win Premier League. Liverpool don't look good. Come at me. Liverpool don't look good. And also with the Man City win, Pep Guardiola, I think it was at his press conference, he spoke about the level that these players are at. And he was making comparison to a Messi, where he was saying that like players are scoring 20 goals for an entire season and think that they're the thing. When, you used to have a Messi who's scoring 20 goals in a month, and so these players are not held to high standards anymore. I guess the game is getting a little bit softer, and the expectations seems a little bit less than how it was. So he kind of talk about that. He talk about Haaland. You have Haaland. Haaland is great, but I mean Haaland is good, but he's not great. We need more goals and great goals too. We need goals and goals. We need attackers to terrorize defenders, and all that stuff. It makes some excitement in the game, and you haven't been seeing that much since of lately. Everybody's playing some kind of system, and you don't have no players that kind of taking that chance and bam, 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 attacking, and you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's it for Premier League. I'm not going to talk about Chelsea. As I said, we drop points. So, next game. We're on to the next game. Over by La Liga, we found out that Jude is back from injury. And as you can see, that Real Madrid is dominating La Liga so far. They haven't lost a game. They're sitting on top. Even though Barcelona is their number one rival, and Barcelona looks very, very good also. But, they drop a point. They drop 2 points, I should say. So, Real Madrid, Bellingham is back from injury. And Real Madrid looking good over there. You know what I mean? Barcelona looking good over there too. You know what I mean? But that's them. Talking about Barcelona, oh my goodness, they just could not stop score. They score 6. Everyone get a double, Rashford get an assist, So Barcelona is kind of sending threat, or making a statement, I should say, that, hey, we are still Barcelona. And also, the Barcelona coach has made some critiques about Yamal, saying that the national team is kind of running him to a wreck, basically. But he's young. Let the man play as much football as he can play, you know what I mean? And as you can see that the pride of playing for a country these days is not as much as valuable as how it was. Team rather not play for their country, or play less for their country, or not being the best for their country and save all that energy for their club. I could understand the club is where the money is coming at, but the country is where the pride's at, right? But to each his own. So that's why the coach make that statement, because he wants his top player to be in top form and top shape for the season, because they want to win La Liga, they want to defend their title, right? So they want to win Champions League and all that good stuff. So he wants to defend his player. So he's like, hey, the national team, you're running my players to a wreck. Let them be. But that's what it is. Lamine Yamal can manage that. He's young. All right. Juventus versus Inter. That derby was amazing. The brothers, they score. That's the Turan brothers. They do score, and that game was fire. It ended 4-3, but that game was lit. And Serie A is going on. It's going on. Napoli is sitting on top again. The Milans are down in the pecking order. But, Milans are Milans. But that game against Juventus was an amazing game. Very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. We're going to be touching on Bayern. Since Chelsea going to be playing Bayern in Premier League coming up, we're going to be touching on Bayern. Bayern is also making a statement. Harry Kane just can't stop scoring, man. Doesn't matter where you go. He just keeps scoring and scoring and scoring. But, Harry Kane scoring doesn't mean that they're going to win Champions League or anything. They always get kicked out anyway. But Bayern looking good. I'm not going to tell. Did Nicholas Jackson play? Because I didn't watch the full game, to be honest. So I didn't know if Nicholas Jackson came on. I will find out after editing this video. I will find out if Nicholas Jackson came on and how did he do. If he came on, or if they didn't just trust him in this game. I said, all right, let's save you for Chelsea. But Bayern did one. And goals and goals and goals and goals. Let's talk about Leverkusen, as we were talking about Bayern. Leverkusen was down to 9 men, but they managed to win the game. They managed to win the game, and they won what, 3-1? Yeah, they won 3-1, and they put on a show. So is Leverkusen Bayern biggest I would say rival for this season also, or you think the form of Leverkusen will drop? Let me know in the comments below. Or you think Bayern gonna run away with Bundesliga? Comments below. Let me know what you think. I don't mind Bayern win Bundesliga, but I just know they can't win Champions League. I just know that it's not happening. Okay, it's not happening. Hurricane, you need a Champions League, but it's not happening. No, not this time. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening. And also, in Bundesliga history, what this team called? It's called Colin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing right. Colin, I think that's an English pronunciation for it. Colin, that's the German pronunciation, something of that sort. They came back to draw a game 3-3, and the game got like a crazy amount of extra time, and they created history by scoring the latest goal in Bundesliga history. I think it was in the 13th minute of extra time. Let me see that. Yeah, 13 minutes and 35 seconds in extra time. They scored that goal. So that was good for the team and good for the league. That was exciting. I watched the highlights of that game, and it was pretty exciting to see a team score that late. But how do your team did in past week or past weekend? How did your team did in their respective league? My team did okay. We played good. Should have won. Great to see Palmer. Palmer came back. Joe Pedro didn't score this time. I think that's his first Chelsea game that he didn't score in. I think that's his first Chelsea game that he didn't score, but he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back better. The team looks good. I feel like we were a little bit stagnant in the first half. No cutting edge chances. We weren't creating enough. We weren't getting the ball in the box a lot. We were bouncing about here, bouncing there, back and forth, back down. The defense was horrible. I should say that the defense was horrible. Even that first goal that Brentford scored, it's just terrible defense. Like my thing is with defense, like why you always try to wait until the opposition, the attacking player, whoever, make a shot before you blocked it. Why don't you try to prevent the shot? I think I would be a good coach, because I really think preventative method is better. Right? Prevent the shot. When the player is making step to him and prevent the shot, you stepping back and try to get yourself in a position to block the shot. Why giving him the chance to take the shot in the first place? Tossing, that was terrible. And I hope you see that. I hope you see that, and I hope your coach tell you that was terrible. And, they do this in and out. Like it's two of you guys defending against one. And both of you, one is running to the side, one is stepping back and trying to block the shot. We know it's a right foot player. We know he's going to cut the ball back in. Like, come on, man. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. You guys are making it way too difficult. Or make it seem like it's so difficult. Prevent the shot. Step to him and try to prevent the shot. Stay close to him, prevent the shots. Stop trying to block the shot. And these goals score against us. What's up with Chelsea going 1-0 down first before they came back and start fighting? It's been happening. In all of our game that we played so far, we've been going down. You know, why? Why we are conceding first before we start to do better? Come on, defenders. You guys got to do better, man. Prevent. Prevent these things, man. These goals are too easy. Way too easy. And I'm not just talking from in front of my screen. These goals are too easy. Everybody know that. And you guys know that too. Poor defending. So do better. Okay? So yes, let me know what you think about this weekend game. How excited are you for Champions League that's coming? Champions League starts tomorrow. And I am excited. So until then, stay tuned for more update and Goalpost Gossip. Follow us on YouTube and Instagram at Gossip Goalpost. Remember to like, comment, and share. Peace.